I think, about some of the other things that we've said here in terms of themes, right? One I love is defining success. But kind of goes back is that organizational success definition that you're going to share with everybody has to be one that they can align with, right? If your definition of success is sell 1 million widgets a year, somebody who's interested in how does that impact developing countries or access to food or education is going to go, well, wait a minute, that has nothing to do with that, right? Like that, that this isn't where I want to work if all we're going to do is be about pushing widgets out the door. So again, it gets very interesting as you think about this human-centric, where we're all different, right? That's the other part. It's very hard to say it's going to be the same for everybody because all of us are completely different. We respond to stimuli differently, et cetera. We respond, but I was thinking this idea earlier where you end up with this interesting mix of leaders and participants or doers in the organization where you may have different flavors across the spectrum. I like the way to describe that, Diana, of the spectrum, where you could have these people that maybe are your long-term core, are these dynamic learners, Trent, that I'm making up a word, but that ability, cognitive flexibility, I love that. That's like a really good academic term. It makes me feel smart, but it makes sense, right? Like that ability to flex in the way I absorb and process information differently, and therefore I can adjust to different circumstances, which is not the way we've operated, at least through my adult life, right? Like that's not the way people were very much trained like this, you work within the box, not in flexibility. And of course, now we're seeing more of that is you have to be flexible because the circumstances are dynamic. And Andreas uses this term environmental, the impact of external events are beyond your control, but you have to be able to respond to them. You can't just sit there and whine and say, it's the macroeconomic situation is bad. Yeah, no shit, it's bad. It's bad for everybody. It's just now what are you going to do about it that makes a difference. So, I mean, we're right on time here today, and one of the things that I just want to thank all of you for spending an hour and a half of your time with us and bringing decades of experience and academic knowledge and your consulting experience, et cetera. This is hugely valuable, at least to me, and I think to our audience as well. And it's a conversation that I think needs to be, pounded again. And hopefully we could bring this team back together again, maybe in 6 months or so, and say, what have we learned in the last 6 months?